You lost your temper last week. Maybe it was in traffic. Maybe it was with someone you love. And in that moment, you became someone you barely recognized. Seneca, the most powerful philosopher in ancient Rome, watched anger destroy emperors, generals, and entire civilizations. He called it a temporary madness that no one survives unchanged. And 2,000 years ago, he developed a three-step method to dissolve rage before it dissolves you. A method so precise, so surgical, that modern cognitive behavioral therapists rediscovered it in the 20th century and called it groundbreaking. Temporary madness, ancient cure. The terrifying truth is this: every time you lose control, you are not releasing pressure, you are rehearsing destruction, and Seneca knew exactly how to stop it. What you are about to hear is not just philosophy, it is a survival manual for your relationships, your career, and your sanity. As Seneca himself warned, the greatest remedy for anger is delay. But delay is only the beginning. Imagine standing before a mirror in the middle of a rage. Your face is twisted, your veins are pulsing, your hands are shaking. Seneca said that if angry people could see themselves in that moment, they would be horrified, because anger does not make you powerful, it makes you ugly. Ugly. In his essay De Ira, written nearly 2,000 years ago, Seneca called anger the most hideous and frenzied of all emotions. Not because it feels bad, but because it disguises itself as justice. Think about the last time you were furious. Did you not feel righteous? Did you not feel like your anger was deserved? That is the trap. Anger whispers that it is your ally while it burns your life to the ground. Seneca watched the Emperor Caligula execute men at dinner parties because he felt disrespected. He watched senators destroy alliances over petty insults, and he realized something terrifying. Anger does not punish your enemy. It punishes you by making you someone you would despise. As he wrote, how much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it. But what exactly makes this emotion so uniquely destructive? Seneca did something remarkable for his era. He dissected anger like a surgeon. He identified 3 stages, and understanding them changes everything. The first stage is the initial spark. Something happens. Someone cuts you off. Someone insults you. Your body reacts before your mind can intervene. Your pulse quickens. Your jaw tightens. Spark, reaction, impulse. Seneca said this first flash is involuntary. It is not anger yet. It is your animal brain responding to a perceived threat. The second stage is where you have a choice. Your mind begins to construct a story. They did that on purpose. They do not respect me. I need to respond. This is the moment where you either master the emotion or it masters you. The third stage is full eruption. Reason is gone. You are now a slave to the madness. Seneca was emphatic. Once you reach stage 3, you cannot stop it. The war is won or lost in stage 2. If Seneca's framework for understanding rage is opening your eyes, hit like and subscribe to unlock more treasures from the vault. Because what comes next is the cure itself. The best cure for anger is delay. And that cure begins with one deceptively simple instruction. The first step of Seneca's method sounds almost too simple. Delay. When you feel the heat rising, do nothing, say nothing, respond to nothing. Nothing. Seneca understood what neuroscience confirmed 2 millennia later. The prefrontal cortex, the rational part of your brain, needs time to override the amygdala, the emotional alarm system. When you are triggered, your amygdala hijacks your entire nervous system. It floods you with cortisol and adrenaline. It prepares you for a fight that, in modern life, almost never needs to happen. By simply waiting, you give your rational mind time to catch up. Seneca advised counting to 10, leaving the room, sleeping on it. He told his students that the passage of time extinguishes the hottest flames. What feels unbearable in the moment becomes manageable in an hour. Think about every regretful text message, every door you slammed, every word you wish you could take back. All of them happened because you skipped the delay. As Seneca wrote to his friend Novatus, the greatest remedy for anger is delay. But delay alone is not enough, because once the fire cools, you still need to understand why it ignited. The second step is where Seneca's genius truly shines: reframe. Once you have delayed your reaction, Seneca instructs you to challenge the story your mind has constructed, because here is the secret most people never realize. You are never angry at what happened. You are angry at what you think happened. Someone does not return your call. Your mind says they are ignoring you, but maybe their phone died. Maybe they are overwhelmed. Maybe they forgot. Seneca said that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Imagination, reality, suffering. The reframe is not about excusing bad behavior. It is about questioning your interpretation before you act on it. Most of your anger is built on assumptions you never bothered to verify. Modern cognitive behavioral therapy calls this cognitive restructuring. Therapists charge hundreds of dollars an hour to teach what Seneca wrote for free in ancient Rome. Challenge the thought, question the narrative, ask yourself, is this definitely true, or is my wounded ego filling in the blanks? We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. This reframe alone can dissolve 80% of your anger. But Seneca had one more tool for the rage that remains. The third step is contextualize. Seneca would ask his students a devastating question: will this matter in a year? Will this matter on your deathbed? This is where Stoic philosophy reveals its deepest power. Seneca practiced what the Stoics called the view from above. Imagine looking down at your life from the stars. That argument with your colleague, that driver who cut you off, that comment on social media that made your blood boil. From the vastness of the cosmos, how significant are they really? Seneca spent years as advisor to Emperor Nero, one of history's most volatile rulers. He watched people destroy their lives over insults that were forgotten in a week. He wrote that the wise person measures their anger against the brevity of life. You are wasting irreplaceable moments of your existence on something that will not matter tomorrow. This is not about suppressing your feelings. It is about choosing what deserves your emotional energy. As Seneca reminded us, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. And nowhere do we waste more time than in the prison of our own fury. Seneca did not develop this method from theory alone. He witnessed anger's devastation firsthand. He served under Caligula, who once ordered a senator executed because the man coughed during a speech. An entire family destroyed because of a cough. He watched Nero, his own student, descend into paranoid rage that would eventually consume Rome itself. But Seneca's observations went beyond emperors. He noticed that anger destroys ordinary lives with equal precision. Marriages, careers, friendships destroyed. The father who screams at his child over a spilled glass of milk and watches trust evaporate from those small eyes. The employee who sends a furious email to their boss and wakes up unemployed. The friend who says something unforgivable in the heat of the moment and spends years trying to take it back. Anger has ruined more lives than any addiction, any war, or any disease. Seneca wrote that anger is an acid that does more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured. Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. But recognizing the wreckage is only half the battle. The real question is, what feeds the fire in the first place? Here is the truth Seneca understood that most people still refuse to accept. Anger is not caused by external events, it is caused by ego. Every time you get angry, trace the emotion back to its root, and you will find a bruised sense of self-importance. Someone disrespected you. Someone did not value your time. Someone did not treat you the way you believe you deserve. Anger is the bodyguard of the ego, and it will destroy everything to protect an illusion. Seneca argued that the more inflated your expectations of how the world should treat you, the more often you will be angry. The emperor who expects perfection from every servant will live in constant rage. The person who expects every driver to be courteous will spend every commute furious. Expectations, ego, rage. The Stoic solution is radical humility. Accept that people will disappoint you. Accept that the world does not owe you fairness. Accept that you yourself have done things that angered others. When you stop demanding that reality conform to your expectations, anger loses its power. As Seneca wisely observed, we are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality. But knowing the source of anger is not enough. You need a daily practice to keep it at bay. Seneca had a nightly ritual that might be the most powerful anger management technique ever devised. Every evening before sleep, he would put himself on trial. He would review every interaction of the day and ask, where did I lose control? Where did my temper rise? What triggered me and why? 1. What provoked me today? 2. Was my reaction proportional? 3. What would the wise version of me have done? This was not self-punishment, it was self-awareness. Seneca called it being your own judge. He wrote about this practice in De Ira, explaining that when the light has been removed and his wife had fallen silent, he would examine his entire day and go back over what he had said and done. He hid nothing from himself and passed over nothing. Most people go to sleep rehearsing their anger instead of examining it. They replay the offense, they imagine what they should have said, they feed the fire in the darkness. Seneca did the opposite. He reviewed, he corrected, and then he let it go. I make use of this privilege and daily plead my case before myself. This simple nightly practice rewires your relationship with anger over time. But there is one more lesson from Seneca that ties everything together. Seneca wrote an entire essay called De Clementia on mercy, dedicated to Emperor Nero. In it, he made an argument that shattered Roman notions of power. Mercy is true power. The Roman world equated anger with strength. If someone wronged you, you destroyed them. That was justice, that was power. Seneca said no. He argued that anyone can be angry, any fool can scream and punish and retaliate, but it takes extraordinary strength to pause, to understand, and to show mercy. Think about the people you admire most. Are they the ones who fly off the handle at every provocation, or are they the ones who remain calm when everyone else is chaos? The person who controls their anger controls the room and everyone in it. Seneca understood that mercy is not weakness. It is the ultimate expression of self-mastery. The angry person is a slave to their emotions. The merciful person is free, as he wrote with piercing clarity. It is the mark of a great mind to despise wrongs done to it. And this brings us to the transformation Seneca promises to those who master this ancient cure. 2,000 years after Seneca wrote De Ira, psychologist Aaron Beck developed cognitive behavioral therapy. He called it revolutionary. The core technique was to delay your emotional reaction, challenge the cognitive distortion, and put the event in broader perspective. Delay, reframe, contextualize. Seneca's exact method, rediscovered and repackaged for the modern world. The irony is staggering. We spent centuries ignoring ancient wisdom only to reinvent it and call it science. The cure for anger has been available for 2,000 years, and most people still have not taken it. But here is what makes Seneca's version even more powerful than the modern adaptation. He did not just give you a technique, he gave you a philosophy, a way of living that makes anger increasingly unnecessary. Delay, reframe, contextualize, free. When you accept that life is short, that people are flawed, that your ego is not the center of the universe, the triggers lose their power. You stop being a person who manages anger and become a person who rarely feels it at all. The wise man is not disturbed by anything, for he has placed himself beyond the reach of fortune. Seneca gave humanity a gift that most of us have never unwrapped. A precise, practical cure for the emotion that has destroyed more marriages than infidelity, more careers than incompetence, and more friendships than betrayal. Delay, reframe, and contextualize, 3 words that can save everything you have built. Tonight, before you sleep, try Seneca's evening trial. Review your day. Find the moments where anger took the wheel. Ask yourself what the wise version of you would have done differently. Do this for 30 days and watch your entire relationship with rage transform. Delay, reframe, context, peace. The anger you carry is not protecting you, it is imprisoning you. And the key to your cell was written 2,000 years ago by a Roman philosopher who understood the human soul better than most modern therapists. If you made it this far, comment DEIRA to prove you are among the few who will actually apply Seneca's cure. The wisdom of the ages is yours. Use it well.